so let's talk about the Big Bang Theory season one. So one of the things that I do when I work, like when I'm just working on stuff, I don't have meetings. I'm always online having meetings. Is I kind of like having TV shows, things in the background that I can kind of pay attention to, but not really. I seem to work a little better that way. And what I found is that the best ones are kind of the sitcoms that I've seen that I don't necessarily I care about, but I don't necessarily have to follow like immensely the whole time. Think of things like The Office. The Office is a perfect example of this. Is that you can go and if I've seen The Office enough where I could go and watch it over again, again and again and again, and get enjoyment out of it. But because I've seen it, I don't have to keep watching it in the background. I don't have to like be very in tune to it. How I Met Your Mother, just finished that one again. I've seen that one a few times. A series I really love, and I don't have to necessarily watch it like beat to beat to beat. And so recently, I started watching The Big Bang Theory in that kind of mode. Now, The Big Bang Theory is there's a lot to kind of get annoyed by it, but I honestly kind of love the show. I think when you look at season one, it's very basic. It's very can the nerdy guys get the girl, especially Leonard, can he get the girl? And you see the kind of interactions they have with the who's probably autistic, Sheldon, and see kind of some of the things that he goes through and some of the things he kind of the things that bring him down a little bit because he's very arrogant, especially early on in the series, about his intelligence. He's very arrogant in that way. So there's things that kind of bring him down a level, and they get comedy out of that. Now, when you look at kind of the series as a whole, or you look at that season one, you look at some of the stuff in it, super cringy. Some of the jokes would not fly today. I would imagine the Big Bang was kind of mid 2000s. Some of them are very sexist jokes that wouldn't fly today, that were just kind of, I mean, not poorly written, but jokes that you'd be like, come on, guys, you can do better than that. Especially when you look at some of the things that Howard's doing in that first season. He's very cringy. I think when you look at it too, you look at really what drives that show is number one is that you have Jim Parsons' performance as Sheldon is great. It's always great. He's spot on usually with it. There's jokes that are around him that are very cringy, but he kind of pulls them out just by his reactions and the way he kind of looks at things. And then I think the other part is you kind of have that connection to some of the other characters, and I think this pulls the show through in the first season because you look at like Kaylee Cuoco, who was on the show with who was on the How I Met You or 10 Rules show. You look at the two from Roseanne. You look at Johnny Galecki and Sarah Gilbert, who were on Roseanne, and you kind of have that previous connection that pulls you through some of the cringiness of some of the jokes, and so then you kind of are invested. And so it's a great it's not something that I would like seek out normally, but it's one of those shows that if you want to watch in the background, there's enough there to really pull you through.